Bruno the bodybuilder confronts Tyson. A bodybuilder? That's kind of interesting.
People go to see the adversity, the brutality, and the aggressiveness, and it's Mike Tyson.
Welcome back to the Big Fight Recap here on BLTV Classic.
How dare you challenge me with this? Somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
On today's video, we look back on the night Tyson squared up with a man he admired and respected for the way he carried himself as a fighter, but in the same breath, feared for his might as a concussive knockout artist, desperate to please one of the most hardcore fan bases in the sport's history.
And I think this is a peak time.
Oh, he sat him on the ropes and knocked him out of it.
Himself as a fighter, but in the same breath, feared for his might as a concussive knockout artist, desperate to please one of the most hardcore fan bases in the sport's history.
And I think this is a peak time to be.
I want to see the sequence that he got him there with, because they only show the right uppercut. That's all that. Damn, I want to see how he got there.
Desperate to please one of the most hardcore fan bases in the sport's history.
And I think this is a peak time to beat a Mike Tyson Harry. No, I really do believe so.
Frank Bruno was a mountain of a man, physically imposing but often
Frank Bruno
was one-dimensional due to being a big puncher that looked out of ideas and more notably out of gas once the famed right hand had withered after the opening rounds. However, on his best night, he could put his work together very nicely,
I've heard of Frank.
Something his most cultivated opponents, including Mike Tyson, would attest to once the dust was settled.
How was he punching? Was it hurting you? He punches like a f***ing mule kick. Oh my God.
Jesus.
A
mule?
Out here.
Jesus.
Here comes Mike Spikes in. He leaves to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you'll get up from this.
After Tyson's first-round annihilation job over the recognized lineal champion Michael Spinks, the Brooklyn Bomber was at his peak of notoriety amongst global audiences.
Mike Tyson. We'll be back right after this.
At just 21 years of age, he was a remarkably well-honed talent that turned a meritorious heavyweight division on its head. A destructive knockout machine who racked up impressive...
Good God, that first one I wasn't ready for. Holy moly. Man, I kind of wish I could have saw Mike Tyson go through his era in the way he came up. Bro, what a crazy, wild time that must have been. But at least we get Tyson Fury sometimes. We get, who else is like some good, crazy fighters? Who just like leaves it all out there? Tyson Fury be doing it sometimes. The Dylan fight was kind of weird. Canelo. Canelo's got some fun ones. Yeah, it's fun actually seeing Canelo, especially like the stories hearing from whenever I go to Mexico or whenever I'm by my family and shit. It's like, I don't know, that's personally pretty cool because my family's into it, so it was like someone we could actually talk about and shit, so that's pretty cool. But damn, it would have been such a treat to see a fucking kid, 18 years old, 21 years old, coming through the rankings, fucking just flying through everybody, anything, like it just didn't fucking matter. And then on top of that, he goes and like lives the way he's living. Bro, that would have been crazy to see, honestly.
Turned a meritorious heavyweight division on its head. A destructive knockout machine who racked up impressive victories using his intelligence and boxing IQ beyond his years to clear out almost every top-rated heavyweight on his route to undisputed.
I know when I came to this fight, I was the best fighter in the world, and not a man alive that can beat me.
In the ring, it was perfect, faultless. But the pressure of such copious success, with his long-term trainer and mentor Customato no longer around to guide him, became all too much to handle as the chinks in the iron armor were magnified by a select group Mike had started to abhor even more than his rivals in the ring, the press.
I'm not saying all of you because a lot of reporters are my friends, but a lot of you are assholes.
By the age of 21, Tyson was a divorcee to a woman already in the public eye and knew how to spin a story that the press would eat up.
I become vulnerable because you attack somebody I love, like my wife and my mother-in-law.
They were also printing fake news BS about his family, going as far as publishing misinformation regarding Tyson's mental state.
I think he's got a really bad image, but he doesn't help himself. He comes across as a bit of an animal, and I think he kind of revels in that public image in some respects.
Mike was going through a tough time.
I turned off the wrong hot dog. What the fuck?
Superstardom at such a young age often
My
do.
brain.
However, boxing was still his bread and butter, the foundation of his entire existence to this point. So boxing fans were hopeful that a few blips in his personal life wouldn't affect his career moving forward.
Well, that's your first experience of a British audience. They seem to like you.
Hi.
And then, in stepped Royal Britannia.
Man, it's crazy how well he handled this shit. Like, he had his moments, but holy shit, for Mike Tyson to be in the position he was, doing the shit he was doing, and for the people to be saying the shit that they were saying, and to be doing the shit they were doing around him, like, the fact that this guy didn't just, like, lose it that young, that big, you know? Yeah, god damn. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It would only take a short trip to England during the peak of Tyson's conflict with the American press to realize,
like, it wasn't great,
actually,
but it
not
could have been
everyone
worse, you know?
cared for the details of every aspect of his personal life. And, in fact, being the youngest heavyweight champion in history was enough to appease the public without having their views skewed by daily hit pieces from the media. While the trip proved to be a good form of escapism, it was actually all business from Tyson's end. He was here to weigh up his next opponent, Frank Bruno, a darling of the nation and a credible contender for his throne.
Now, you saw Frank Bruno today. Is he in good shape?
He looks in great shape.
Does he?
Despite suffering a couple of setbacks during his career, Frank Bruno was one of the hardest punchers in world boxing, verified by his striking 97% knockout rate.
97? God damn.
Built like a man that looks set for the bodybuilding stage, but deadly with a pair of gloves on, his physique was his biggest selling point, but also his most significant detriment. After a few rounds of fighting, the lactic acid buildup.
That's how I've heard about this guy. I keep thinking, where have I heard AJ Bruno before? They compare him, or not AJ Bruno. That's not his name. What the fuck? Is it his name? Is his name AJ? I don't even remember. What the fuck? But the person he gets compared to a lot is AJ. Motherfucking Anthony Joshua. That's who I heard this guy next to. Because people like, they look like bodybuilders. You know, this guy actually was though.
Made it arduous for him to even lift his arms up, let alone put the shots together required to compete against sterner tests in the division.
I've been training for a long time. Mentally, I feel very, very strong. Physically, I feel very strong. I need to polish up on a few little things in the know. I've got an animal coming in at me, but I'm very confident because I've been in with that animal before, Harry.
It's hot.
And that's no bull.
Nevertheless, while most of the Brits were willing to accept Tyson for who he was as a fighter alone, Bruno paid close attention to the drama in his life and used the unhinged narrative to fuel his motivation of further cracking what appeared to be chinks in the armor.
And I know him, and I'm not going to get into that sort of like bandwagon, like, oh, Tyson this, Iron Mike this, Iron that. You don't realise that the guy had a car crash, he damaged his hand, he broke up with his wife. All his mind is not on the game, on this fight. His mind not conditioned for this fight. And I was confident before all this happened. And I think this is the peak time to beat a Mike Tyson, Harry. No, I really do believe so.
The Tyson-Bruno sit-down face-off was fascinating, as the boxing world realized that even though these two were preparing to rip each other's heads off, there was an underlying respect that's very rare in sports competition, let alone prize fighting.
But it's difficult for me to believe that Frank Bruno saved from a life of crime.
Now, he always said that...
Meeting the guy and talking with the guy, I can't picture him being a fighter. Such a sweet guy. You want to give him a hug and give him a kiss.
Give him a kiss.
Mike and Frank went a long way back, as their trainers linked up on a few occasions when they were still teenagers to help them prepare for the professional ring. They also shared similar upbringings, both from the street, now fighting to better the lives of those around them.
My favorite guy, you know what I mean? This is a business that we go through. I fought a couple of guys that I like. I like Michael Spinks a great deal. I admire him a great deal, watching him as I was a kid, you know what I mean? Having a great deal of admiration for him. But you know, this is our business. I mean, if he wins, he goes up. I move up another step. That's the objective.
The respect was evident for all to see, but under lights, between a roaring crowd, it's survival of the fittest. Friendships.
Oh, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely wild to me these days. Like when fights happen, big fights, bigger fighters usually. Whenever those like big fights happen, always seems like that's the deal. There's always just that mutual respect. Like Dylan White versus Tyson. That's a given since they're actually friends, like outside the ring. Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, they kind of liked each other before, I think. I don't know, maybe, but like there just be sometimes like fights that be happening. You can tell that they're like faking beef, and the most wild part to me isn't even that they're faking beef. The wildest part to me is like they have this respect for each other, right? And then they go into the ring, and one of them, most of the time, gets knocked the fuck out. Like, that's crazy. But at the same time, like, that's just the way it be because, you know, that's the job, that's life, that's, You know, like that's wild. But I don't know. That's wild in my brain. They're all cool with it. Like it's respect, but still fuck you. You know, respect, but fuck you.
Are irrelevant when competing in the loneliest sport in the world.
It's wild.
Mike is giving away 3.5 inches in height. He's giving away 10
The
pounds
Arnold.
in weight. He's 5 years younger, and he's giving up 11 inches in reach.
Tyson met Bruno for the first time on February 25th, 1989 at the Hilton Center in Las Vegas. Bruno brought an impressive 5,000 fans over to America, which made the fight feel more like it was taking place on neutral territory, which is absurd given the pulling power from Tyson, but a testament to the die-hard British fans that offer the utmost support, despite the fact their man was an 8-to-1 underdog going into the Lions'
He
Den.
has the same disadvantage as a lion going against a zebra. And I'd have to agree. Let's see how quick he starts. Bruno tries to keep him off. Bruno showing that he's not afraid. Hey,
Oi!
Bruno's already
Oh my
down.
good.
And
Oh!
there goes Bruno for the first time fight. The first.
Oh my goodness, brother almost lost his legs. Holy shit, that was a big old bomb. Also, man, the commentators be going wild with like comparisons sometimes and the shit they say in general. Man said he's a motherfucking zebra who's just about to be eaten. Like, damn, okay.
Let's see how quick he starts. Bruno tries to keep him off. Bruno showing that he's not afraid. Hanging on. Bruno's already tagged with the right hand.
Oi.
And there goes Bruno for the first time fight. The first right
Oi.
hand that caught him. He was down.
A nervous breakdown? Caught cold? Call it what you will. Tyson came out and attempted to score the quickest KO in heavyweight championship history as
damn.
Bruno was stunned by the speed of Tyson's right hand.
If ever there was a guy fighting like a raging bull, it's Mike Tyson. He get tagged again by a right hand. He's trying to hang on to
Oh my
Mike.
goodness,
And
just
then
nothing but right.
Tyson hit with a
That's so
right
dangerous.
hand. Doesn't do anything to him. Tyson back up bouncing. Well, all the questions about distractions have been answered as Tyson attacks. I don't think points will mean anything.
That was good.
By the time this fight's
Oh, that's good though, yo. He's seeing it and then he's flipping around on him, changing the angle. Okay.
Bruno continues to throw.
Oh,
Tyson was caught and won.
oh, wait, I skipped something. Hey, he caught him with a bomb. I skipped. Wait.
Left hand doesn't.
Where was I?
History as Bruno was stunned by the speed of Tyson's
Here we
right
go.
hand.
If ever there was a guy fighting like a raging bull, it's Mike Tyson. He get tagged again by a right hand. He's trying
That
to
is
hang
so
on to Mike.
crazy, brother. Oh man, if Mike Tyson just let go of a right in that 6-punch sequence, that man would have just gone. No, I don't think I saw his left hand up at all.
By a right hand. He's trying to hang on to Mike and hit.
Hey, hey, just like switch arms. He's kind of holding his arm down, kind of. Interesting. Damn.
And hit.
Oi.
Tyson hit with a light left hand. Doesn't do anything to him. Tyson back up bouncing. Well, all the questions about
Oi.
distractions have been answered.
See, like that's good. He saw it, went around him.
By the time this fight's over, now Frank comes very slowly across the ring.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Tyson
Oi.
with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno.
The 3-punch.
Continues to throw.
Holy.
Tyson was caught and wobbled. A bell ends round number 1, and the crowd loves it.
The bell came at a good time for Tyson as he was, by the horse's mouth, in the most trouble of his entire career.
Ah, damn.
But once again, Bruno put a lot of effort into that barrage, which inevitably slowed him down as the fight continued.
Oh.
Right hand catches Bruno.
Oh.
Left punch. Bruno looks ready to go. Now is when he's gonna hang on.
Bro,
And he
the
does.
sound on those.
Round 3,
Jesus.
important round. In such magnificent shape. Tyson, lightning hands. It's a question of time before Mike catches him. Bruno at no stage inside is going to get Tyson both hands free. They continue to fight after the bell.
Jesus.
By the end of the fourth, Tyson was fed up with Bruno's grabbing and mauling, so he decided to rally up a vicious assault to try and close the show as soon as possible.
Terry Lawless and George Francis the keys.
Uppercut.
Tyson just really forced.
Oh, jab.
Frank has got to start throwing that right hand.
Oh. Straight. He's going straight.
Bruno is caught by a right hand and a left hook. Bruno comes back and catches Tyson.
That left hook go crazy right now. That
Vicious
left.
body shot. Light. Ooh, another right hand gets through him. They hit no doubt. Bruno is caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes.
Hey.
Scores the
Get on the rope.
lands a
Oi,
Bruno's
no.
in big trouble now. He's ready to go.
Brothers, no. Oh my goodness, brother is standing up straight. Oh my god.
Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the
Oh
uppercut.
no.
Lands a big right hand.
Oi.
Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. Fighter cannot
Uppercut.
be saved by the bell as the big right hand lands. Tyson
I knew it.
in big trouble.
Oh, I knew it.
Answer it.
Oh, I knew it.
Steele has
I
been
knew it.
won.
Brother just
Stop the
bink.
fight.
Oh my goodness. Look at those two.
Michael Tyson wins.
Those two. Oh my goodness.
Bruno showed a good chin and fighting heart to stay on his feet, but the referee made the
Goodness.
right decision as the Big Brit was incapable of defending himself against Tyson's ferocious uppercuts.
Oh, he
and
caught
hooks.
him though.
Mike, another one on your belt, another notch. Was this harder than you anticipated?
No, not at all, because I knew that he was going to come up, he was talking, and the way he was talking, I knew he was hyped. He was ready to go.
Yeah, that mustache though. What the fuck?
Tyson showed his respect
Holy.
once more, for not only Bruno as a friend, but now as a fighter, as for a brief moment he came closer than any man before him in doing what many boxing fans thought
That
impossible.
left hook though.
Surprised that he came
That shit was
back
crazy.
and hit you with a pretty good left in that round.
He got up. He meant business after, oh man.
Damn, those uppercuts though. Are they?
Bruno would go on to have many big nights in his career, including his infamous showdown with fellow Brit Lennox Lewis, where many would argue, including myself, we saw the true potential of what Frank can be, a world beater. And he would
Damn.
later go on to prove that by becoming a world champion in 1995, defeating the Atomic Bull Oliver McCall over the distance in a decent display.
In favor of the winner and new.
That's what's up.
It was a beautiful feeling. It was about 1 million orgasms. Felt tall, felt good, felt proud, felt privileged.
Tyson and Bruno met in the ring again in 1996, but that's a story we'll cover later as the series continues. Until next time, this has been the Tyson Chronicles on BLTV Classic.
Well, regardless if he wasn't or not, if he was to lose every fight, you know what I mean, after this fight, every fight in a row, you know, he would always be my friend. You know what I mean, for the love and respect and admiration I have for him.
I was just thinking that's interesting too. After you knock somebody out, like you have that respect moment, you have that fuck you moment, and then it's like, oh, we're friends. Sometimes. It doesn't always happen, but that's like another step that happens. And that's like weird but nice, you know? Like kind of weird but nice. Such an interesting situation.